is the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and Krissy Vann. That's me. And we're taking you on a little off-roading.
And every single week, we're going to be joined by our dope friend, Richelle from True Grit Moto.
Woo! Hey, I floss.
And every week, we are going to ask each other stupid questions, and we're going to answer them. And why, you may ask? Because we can. All right, this is your Motovation
Off-road edition.
Oh, this one is one of those ones that I think so few would like to admit out loud, but that I think most have experienced. Now, I will ask the two of you, did you ever have a crush on a cousin when you were a kid?
Oh, God. Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe. I don't know if I should.
See, I love how complicated it becomes when it's really not that complicated.
You know, like when you got red hair that's curly-ish, you got buck teeth, and like, you know, my birthmark wasn't the most hot back then. It's true, it's hot now, and the only person that's giving you attention is your cousin because you guys just play so well together. You fall in love. And it is what it is. And you know what the best part is I didn't even know she was my cousin until we showed up at the same family reunion, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, heartbreak.
Oh,
Disappointed.
what is this? Did it change anything? No.
No. Love is love.
Love is love. You know what I mean?
Love is love. I have to say absolutely not to this question. But it's
Liar.
because I literally don't really have an extended family. So I didn't really grow up like I have. Yeah, I can fit like my whole extended family on all the fingers on my hands. So no, but I do have one of my husband's cousins I think is incredibly hot right now because he's like the younger version of my husband.
Hey-o.
But he's in the UK. So it's like if I ever need a fresh start, I guess that's where I go.
She's like, I don't care if it's steel.
Oh my God, I love it.
I absolutely had the cousin crush, and it was a first cousin, so super sexy stuff. He was the only one that was nice to me. I feel like, and I had such a crush on him, and I was just like, he's so nice. I wish he'd be my boyfriend. And then I knew that you can't be boyfriend or girlfriend with your cousins. And then I got enough to an age that I was like, that's just weird. The spell has been broken.
We're all just looking for a little bit of love out there, I think.
Really?
You know,
it was because he was the cousin that was like actually kind to me. I loved my cousins. We're still very, very close, but we like acted more like siblings. We were kind of like, we did shitty things to each other a lot of times. We grew up close. And this was the only cousin that was he just didn't like to do half of our kids stuff. He was older and he was just nice to me. So like when my other cousins and brother would like lock me out of all their rooms from playing with them, the playrooms and stuff, and I'd be by myself, he would just like open the door and let me come in and play on the floor while he like did his cool kid stuff. So I was always like, you're the best. I love you so much.
Aw. That's
I love
fun.
that.
I do love that. It's like my husband now, like Gav, he's got 54 first cousins, which is wild to me because I have 6 that were all younger than I was significantly. So I didn't really grow up with them or have that experience. But yeah, 54.
54.
Crazy.
Oh, think
First.
of crushes.
Right? Oh, he has stories of him, and that's who should have answered this
He was a
question.
kissing cousin, wasn't he? Gav was for sure a kissing cousin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Kissing cousins for sure.
A lot of love.
I just need you guys to know that I never kissed the cousin. I never did it. There was no kissing.
You tried.
It was a lot of looking.
Is it me?
I did
you're looking
not try.
for?
Yeah. All by
I didn't.
myself.
I don't want to be all by myself. I can't sing
Anymore.
There it is.
Okay. Did we answer all that?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Okay. Next question. When you're in a public washroom, do you hold in your fart when other people are in there, or do you let it rip? And then when that's happened, did you see them afterwards?
Hold it in.
I'm not really a farter, but when I have fart,
what does that even mean? Sorry.
I don't have to fart a lot. It's not often that I get the farts.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't. And I don't know if I trained myself that way. I think we've talked about this before. I grew up in a very farty family on the male side of the family. And so, it always bothered me. So I don't know if I just secretly held them in long enough that they just were like, you know what, I'm going to peace out. Like fucking my eyebrows. I did it for too long and they won't grow back. So I don't know if that's with my butt, but anywho, when I have had to, because everyone's had to fart in a public washroom. And
of course.
Point, right? So when it has happened, I absolutely hold and wait for the dryer to go on or for the super loud industrial flush to take place. And then I go for it. And then you finish your pee. And I've never had to walk out, but I have had someone rip farts and then they've walked out and I spare them. I pretend nothing has transpired. We're all human here.
It's almost worse.
Your butt.
Then they're like, I know you heard it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But also if they were that concerned, they would have hung out in the stall a bit longer until I left the vicinity. So they can't be that bothered if they're just strolling, not missing a step, like, hey-oh.
They did it with pride.
Yeah, they were like, just so you know, that was me.
Yeah, I'm a holder for sure. Like I'll go with the stomach pains, the anguish. I'll take that for sure.
What? Like, what are you guys worried about? I guess is just like, making sure that you're not being rude, or is it like, why hold it in?
Making the other person, I guess, awkward because then they're like, what do I do? Do I do this? But actually, come to think about it, why aren't I letting them rip? Because that gives them a great story for their podcast episode.
Yeah.
It gives them a great story. It might give them a laugh. They get to laugh in that moment. Laughing is amazing for a human. You know what? I'm gonna let it rip from now on. Thank you for this.
Anytime somebody has a fart in the bathroom, you laugh. You're like, oh 100%. Man, that
I have apparently an inner judgmental side, which is terrible because we are all human. But when it happens sometimes, I'm just like, oh, really?
Oh, I'm a laugher. I'm one
I don't know. I'm just like, oh God. But I think it's because sometimes, it depends on the public bathroom too. Like some of them, I don't even know what happens in there, but the state of them is terrible. And I feel like that just adds to the environment where I'm like, ugh, why do we all have to be in this together?
I'm just picturing sweet Krissy, like someone farting and her just being like, you're fucking disgusting. Like across the stall.
You know what really grinds my
gears?
I
can't believe you did that.
Yeah. Just sweet little Krissy just turns into a gremlin.
Just open the door. What the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? For the love of God.
It even felt unnatural saying that just then. So that would never happen.
I would just imagine Krissy's fart being like,
oh, Hunter, a squeak. Like a whisper. Like an angel's whisper.
Oh man.
Potpourri just blossoms.
Is somebody singing? No, that was my.
I try to hold a fart in. I do. I try to hold it in to be respectful, but then I always, just before I'm holding it in, I laugh, and then it comes out like.
Like quippy.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I may know the kind.
You know the kind.
How do we not have a quiffing question on here yet? Soon to come. I call dibs.
Oh, that was a good pun. Quiffing question. Anyway.
My question. What life-changing item can you buy for under $100?
I put a lot of thought into this. A vibrator.
100%. That's my answer as well. Which one though?
Oh, nice.
The magic wand vibrator.
The one with the thing that frigs with your clit, so you can like put something in it after. Like it's multi-purpose.
No, it's the one that's like old school off of like I think it was like actual body massager. So the like motor on it is just like.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's
the magic wand.
The magic wand, and it is life-changing. Angels sang, quite literally, first time I used it. And I've proclaimed this to so many of my girlfriends, and every single one of them that gets it, I always get a text message after and was like, out of this world.
I feel like I could equally change your world. It's called the Satisfier. It's little, it's quiet, and it's like air pulses. It basically simulates somebody going down on you, and it will change your life. It will change your life.
Okay. This simulates
technology.
The magic wand simulates a motorboat, quite literally. You. So yeah, so it's got the
It simulates a pressure washer at 1800 psi.
yeah, same.
Literally blows your vagina up
100%. When I turned it on for the first time and just like put it on my hand, I was like, this is going to quite literally blow my clitoris off. And then I was like, no, turns out Goldie
it will survive.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified.
Okay, wait, Laurie, was that actually yours, or were we on the same page?
That was 100% my magic wand vibrator written right.
Love it.
So 100% agree, but I went a little more practical and highly relevant for someone in our group today. I shit you not, on my notes. First of all, I should preface this from those that weren't with us before we started this conversation. Richelle wrote us saying, I don't know how long my phone's going to last if we can record because my phone's going to die. And my under $100 item was a portable charger. I go with it everywhere, every motorcycle ride, most occasions. You need it. I mean, what if you needed to charge your motorboat?
This summer, remember?
Truly.
I kept having to use Krissy's, and I was like, this thing is amazing. I immediately went home and bought the same one, and it holds like 10 charges in one. And the amount of times we've used this thing is like, especially when you go on long road trips, that you're in the car for say like 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, then you're listening to podcasts and whatever else, and you're draining your battery. Obviously, if you have your car thing, but ours broke, but like camping, all those different things, it is like a game changer.
What is it? We should get a sponsorship. What's the name of it?
Okay. Oh, we can use a magic one too. I even said,
magic
I was like,
wand.
Kickbacks on this. I think I've sold them half of their inventory to friends.
We need
those two go too. They go together too. A portable charger and a magic wand. There's so many things that you can do with that. So I was thinking, what is the portable charger? And then we'll see what we can get.
I don't know.
I don't know the name of it.
What? I like your style.
We'll find out.
Starting businesses, okay.
These are
we'll put it in the link below.
Favorite things.
Yeah. All right. Well done on that. Great minds think alike.
Bunch of perverts.
It is my question. Let's see here. Oh, what's something you think you might like to try, but there is a very good chance you won't actually like it? Butt stuff.
Butt stuff? Oh no, I recently learned I absolutely love butt stuff. I'm all over it.
Oh, that's good. I've had like a failed attempt or two, normally involving alcohol.
Right.
That butt stuff?
You just can't relax.
My actual answer, it just popped into my head as a funny thing to say. Just want to put that out there that I actually have a different answer, but that is a good one all the same.
What's one thing that I might, I honestly think that everybody, always wears assless chaps when they ride their motorcycle. I don't know if I would really love it.
Oh, but you looked so good when you rocked a pair quite recently on your True Grit Moto Instagram story. It was like you put them on and a personality popped out with them, being like, this is me with my chaps on.
I'm just inviting butt stuff. I was putting it into the universe.
You manifested it.
Party.
For those of you
that assless chaps, I always think I'm going to like them, but I think that maybe deep down I wouldn't like them. You know what I mean?
You're such an ass. I love it. Everyone's on their bikes with assless chaps. I see it all the time.
Like, do you really like those? Like, what is it actually covering? So, like, if you fall off your bike, your ass gets the road rash? Like, that sucks. I'd rather my knee than my cheeks. You know what I mean?
Richelle, this whole time, I thought you were meaning, like, wearing them without underwear, without anything on them. Like people
Oh
are
my God.
naked crotch out riding their bikes. That's why I was dying laughing, because I was like, okay, as if everyone's out there just like raw dogging it on their bike.
As if.
Oh my
But that's
god.
like, oh yeah, I forget that assless chaps are technically meant to wear with jeans. Like they are
Yeah.
rideable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot.
It's like a wind blocker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's all.
All right.
But also a kink.
You know, that
Well,
that imagery changed drastically from the beginning of your answer to the end of your answer to me, once I put the pieces properly together. I hope someone else did the same out there in the listening land.
You know they did.
Yeah.
yeah, once again, a hard left back to practicality, which is less fun. But the first thing that came to my mind,
to the Yangs.
right? Scuba diving. I would love to try it. I think it would be a magical
Fun.
experience under the sea, seeing all the fish, seeing the beautiful coral. But I really feel like I wouldn't like it because I've had a lot of near-death water experiences. I have gotten that caught in the rip. I don't swim very well, which granted, I feel like you're more of an observant when you're scuba diving. But I also think it would be very claustrophobic breathing out of the apparatus. It seems magical, but I feel like that would be a difficult one for me to overcome. I don't like
agree.
snorkeling either. I want to love it, but I hate the breathing thing. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
If you can't get into it, you can never get past it. And all you're doing is drowning at that point. It's just no
Oh,
fun.
sounds terrible. Bring on the assless
I wish
chaps.
I was good at it. Yes. Put me in the sea with some assless chaps. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe I'll be great.
Okay, mine is bungee jumping, and hear me out on this one. Obviously, I've stated previously that I'm not a fan of heights, but there's a part of me that loves to do, also stated, challenging those things. So I want to do skydiving, I want to do bungee jumping, but bungee jumping, I feel like you're terrified at the top, so this doesn't feel good, and you've got to physically jump over that, and then you're on this like essentially the bungee part that just rips you around and whiplashes your ass around and then throws you back down. So I feel like, you know, whereas skydiving, you're just like, and then you just have but bungee jumping, as soon as you're terrified, you're going to die the whole time. And then once you get to the bottom, realize you're going to live. You're almost like, maybe death was better, because now your neck's getting.
That's not even the worst part. It's not even. So I can tell you. Yes.
The crotch also.
Yes.
Like,
you're hanging out there, and that harness is in places you didn't even know existed.
Right. And the ironic part is, knowing all this, I've also agreed with Krissy that at some point I'll go
I was just going to say.
And I'm always like, why have we done this? Why have I agreed to this? And then it's like, well, because you agree to a lot of stupid shit when you're with your friends, and I'll keep doing it for the rest of my days.
I love that you circled back, because I literally was like, when did we talk about that? And I was like, that really needs to happen. And it's 100%. I'd love to do it in the winter. They operate 365. On a snowy day.
No, that sounds worse. Now you're like, I'm going to die. I'm freezing cold. Smash your head on an icicle. Who knows?
We'll find out.
So aggressive.
Yeah. It's a very aggressive little stunt hole, I guess. Okay.
I'm on board with all your guys' stuff. I agree with it. Birds of a feather.
I just wish all of you could see Richelle's face right now on the camera. Makes my day.
All right.
You just went off-roading with the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and myself, Krissy Vann.
And of course, a special thank you to Richelle from True Get Moto.
Whoop, boss it.
Never miss an episode by hitting like or subscribe. Connect with us on Instagram at Motovation Podcast, and visit our website at themotovation.com. And in the meantime, full tanks, full throttle.
I think this is good though. It's like healthy, you know, like people will be like, oh my God, I don't floss.
Plus, it'd be so hard not to laugh to get through this intro.